I bet with interbet only. They're a fantastic site. I've never had any issues with them. They are very professional. There's never a problem. You deposit money, 2 seconds later it's in your account. You withdraw, which I do very occasionally, and I believe it's also 2 seconds it's in your account.
Let's move on to the 7th race, which is the South African Fillies Sprint. It's a Grade 1 event brought to you by The Witness, and we thank The Witness and the various sponsors for their continued valued support and contribution. 1,200 metres they go, 7th race, 10 past 3. Wow, what a treat this is for all racing lovers. Let's look at the package. There is a rerun of Mrs. Browning, and then Candice Bastine, Kaname and Duncan Howells will tell us all about it.
Outside Kiss Me, Captain Alula's Star. Down the centres, Time for Orchids. Then came Mrs. Geriatrics, and White Pearl also starts to run on. 220 out, Mrs. Browning. Time for Orchids starts to run on towards the inside. It's these two, Mrs. Browning, Time for Orchids, trying to pull it out down the inside, but Mrs. Browning continues to roll to give Sean Tarriott another winner on the card. Mrs. Browning won it from Time for Orchids. White Pearl ran into third, then one fell swoop. Behind that, Alula's Star.
October Morn, also a filly that's been very consistent. You know, she's a really smart sprinting filly, tall, lanky, light, lanky filly. Actually, doesn't look like a typical sprinter. Also going to be her first time at Scottsville. She has seen the course. She wasn't too green, thankfully. So, yeah, it's a very big field on Saturday. A big field of fillies. Obviously, both of my fillies are joint favourite also at the moment. So, you know, they obviously form-wise have got the ability. Obviously, just the track is always a bit tricky, and I think, you know, when the fields are that big, there's always, you know, a chance of not getting a run at Scottsville and being a few traffic problems. So mine are drawn on opposite sides of one another. October Morn's drawn on the inside, and there is a bit of speed there, so she will have something to follow. She's a filly that likes to come from off the pace, so hopefully she doesn't find too many traffic problems. But she's doing well, and I expect a decent run from her.
Yeah, a good run the other day. I had a nice break. I went to the farm for about a month, brought her back, and then I gave her a run against the Colts over 1,000 metres. When I say I gave her a run, it's too sharp for her. She needed the run, but she was doing good work at the finish. You know, the very best. She can gallop, this filly. I guess she runs over 108. She just got beaten in the sprint course at Kenilworth over 1,000 metres, I think, by Quintus Light. And the run the other day was a very good run. But it's a South African filly sprint. There's some highly rated fillies in the race, but I think she'll give a good account of herself.
Sia Pambili, she won a very good race last time out. She's been showing exceptionally good work back at home. I'm very happy with the prep going into this race, and I think with a little bit of luck she'll give a very good account of herself. If I got to look for one concern, I think the going will be a little bit faster this coming weekend. She did win in slightly soft ground last time, and she is looking for slightly further. But I still feel with the prep that I've had, the horse will give a very good account.
Winter Cloud, she's obviously been to this track before. She ran second in this race last year, and she won the Poinsettia Stakes, so she's pretty au fait with the track. She's a filly that likes to be switched off and come from off the pace. Fortunately, not drawn that well on the outside, a little bit tricky for her. She has got one or two fillies on her, you know, with her on the outside there with a bit of speed, so that may help as well. So I think a bit of luck here, but both fillies are fitting well. They're doing well. I'm very happy with all of them, and we've just got to be hopeful, that's all.
Okay, there we go. That's the rerun and the comments from the trainers with regards to their charges in the South African Fillies Sprint Grade 1, proudly brought to you by The Witness. I'm going to be short and sweet. My numbers: 15 Winter Cloud for Alda Domeyer, Candice Bass Robinson, Drakenstein Stud. Has won her last two. She's got a bright chance of reeling off the hat-trick. She's a good filly. She's rated 114, and I think she's the one to beat. Healthy Respect for number 13, Sia Pambile, who is 1-for-1 with Rachel Venica. She absolutely trotted up. She won in the manner of a very good filly last time. And we all go back to that run down in the Cape when second to October Morn. She's been 6.5 lengths to Princess Calla, 7.5 to Double Grand Slam. She's kept good company, this filly, and she showed when returning home last time that she won as she liked. So big runner there. And then just two horses to mention for trifectas. Quartets, October Morn, I think will run well. And possibly number 10, Time for Orchids, back end of Quartets. But those are my numbers, Raheel. 15, 13. That's what I like in the South African Fillies Sprint, proudly brought to you by The Witness.
I think it's another one of those competitive contests. I like number 15 as well here, Warren Wintercloud, and I think Candice Bass-Robinson meant to say the Strelitzia there, because that's the race that she won as a juvenile here at Hollywoodbets Scottsville, and then she went on to run second in the Alan Robinson. Now she's a good filly. She needs to be held up. She needs to be held up for as long as possible, and she can't see daylight early, because we saw 3 runs back when she was shown daylight early. She just peaked out on that effort, and she ran 7. So I'm sure that Aldo knows her well now. He's won twice the border, and you're going to need a lot of luck in running in these sprint races. But this filly Wintercloud, I think she's got the best turn of her foot in this race here, along with her stablemate October Morn. So I think 15, big chance. Number 4, October Morn, another filly that I think will give a very good account of herself. Asia Pambeli, you would have had to be impressed with what you saw last time out. The way she beat Baltic Secret. She's a winner over the distance. She clearly enjoys Hollywoodbets Scottsville, so she's going to be a massive chance. Mrs. Browning seems to be a filly that's in the form of her life. She won her last start, beating Time for Orchids. Nice win with Craig Zaki aboard. Richard Free back in the yards. I think she'll be involved. Quintus Light, 3 kgs better off at the weights with Asia Pambili. She seems to run well, second up, 6 runs for 2 victories. So I think that she's another horse that can give a good account of herself. And then you heard from Dean Kahneman, number 7, Shantastic. He does believe that she could run a nice race and could be involved, so she's another filly that I think you must include. But Warren and I, we agree that number 15, Wintercloud, is the top choice here, and we're hoping that this daughter of What a Winter from the Candice Bass-Robinson yard can get the job done in the South African filly sprint on Saturday out at Hollywoodbets Scottsville.
My name's Danny DiLiberto, founder of Ladles of Love. It was founded back in 2014. Communities we work with are all over the peninsula, and we're working with 138 beneficiaries now. We've grown exponentially. We've been able to do that because of all the kindness that we have experienced from individuals and corporates such as Interbet, who just want to be part of the change.